Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Corruption series. If this is your first time here, hi, my name is Moni and I slowly break my game in order to show others what corruption in The Sims 2 is, as well as cover hidden mysteries within the game and its files, and overall anything corruption related. I do hope my videos help others understand more about Sims 2 corruption. Much like in the Strangetown Bella Goth video I did last week, today we'll be talking about another weird Sim clone in Strangetown. As you've read in the title, today we'll be talking about the hidden Nervous Subject. Let me begin by explaining who Nervous is. Nervous Subject is a Sim who was first seen in the Sims 2 base game. He lives with the Beaker family, a family of two mad scientists. Off the bat, you can tell that something isn't right. Firstly, why is this Sim's name Nervous Subject? Nervous's real name isn't known, but, well, I'm sure you can piece together more about this family just by looking into their lot. A family with two mad scientists and a nervous subject living in a house that looks like a torture chamber. Going a little further back into Nervous's past, according to the game, Nervous is actually Olive Specter's child. He's related to Ophelia Nigmos as cousins, but has never met her. Now, what about his father? According to the game, Nervous doesn't have an assigned father. However, that doesn't mean that according to the story, there isn't one, because obviously, that's not how it works. It's heavily hinted at that Nervous Subject is the son of Death himself, the Grim Reaper. A note here, it's odd that Nervous looks the way he does, as Olive has darker skin and her facial features are much more different than Nervous's. This could have been him just taking after his father, good old Grim, except Grim doesn't have any genetics, therefore he can't pass anything down. If we look at the Sims game's timeline, we know that The Sims 3 takes place before The Sims 2. In The Sims 3, there's a downloadable world named Midnight Hollow. There, Olive Specter and her child Nervous Subject can be played as a pre-made family. The bio reads, Olive has had her share of death in her life, with every romantic relationship she had ending in a sudden and untimely death. Furious at death, she decided to track him down and give him a piece of her mind. What she didn't expect was to start a relationship with him. That ended quickly, but she was left with something to remember him by. Now it's just her and her young son, who is quite the nervous subject indeed. So Nervous is Grim's child. Cool. Now, if his mother is Olive, why is he living with the Beakers, you might ask? Well, for the sake of the story, in the game, Nervous still sees Olive as his mom, despite being taken away by the social worker, and then adopted by the Beakers. Theories go from Olive losing her mind and having Nervous taken away, to her simply not wanting a farewell gift from Grim and giving him up for adoption. Other theories about Nervous are that the Beakers adopted him, somehow knowing that he's Death's son and wanted to do experiments on him. Others say that they didn't find out until after they had adopted him. One thing I found interesting that makes me speculate that other Sims 2 versions, for example The Sims 2 for PSP, are possibly on an alternate timeline and have different pieces of lore. This is the version of The Sims 2 I began playing as a kid, before I was even allowed to use a computer. In this version of The Sims 2, the player is told that Nervous was always short on money and signed up as a test subject for the Beakers. One day, he was so miserable he was killed by one of the machines. I know from playing the game myself that after Nervous died, the Beakers kidnapped the local garbage man to continue their tests on, and it becomes a mission for the player to find the missing garbage man, as well as solve Nervous's death, so that he can move on. Another reason I believe that other versions of The Sims 2 are on an alternate timeline is the fact that Nervous had a girlfriend who was unaware of his death in the PSP version, as well as Strangetown looking a lot different than the PC version. Not to mention that Bella bought a random estate there named Espiritu Estate, which, as a Spanish speaker, I know it literally means spirit estate, the name hinting at the fact that it's haunted by the ghost of Nervous and another deceased Sim. Alright, now that you're a little more familiar with who Nervous is, let's get into the real creepiness of the game, the hidden Nervous Subject. Although I just explained who Nervous was, this Nervous is actually a different Sim. It's like the whole Pleasant View and Strangetown Bella situation. There are two Sims with the same name, clothes, hair, everything except the face is off. I think that the hidden Nervous Subject situation is a whole lot creepier than the two Bellas though. If we take a look at the Nervous Subject we all know and love, there's nothing really different from what we've seen, right? But if we take a look at the hidden Nervous Subject, yeah, he's a whole lot creepier. It's the subtle changes. Like, it doesn't look right because it's just slightly off. This Nervous Subject is in the game files, but unlike Strangetown Bella, he's not a townie that can walk by your lot or appear in public lots. He actually can't be interacted with at all since he doesn't appear in-game. In Olive's memories, this is the actual Nervous Subject that she has the memory of giving birth to. People think that the reason the playable Nervous was created was to make it easier to move into the Beaker household instead of moving the hidden Nervous with them after he was taken away by the social social worker. The only way of seeing the hidden nervous subject is by going into SimPE. He has 2 character thumbnails and will appear as a young adult in the first one, however, in the second thumbnail he appears as an elder, which is super weird. This hidden nervous is also the nervous that appears in the storytelling images of the game and even has memories, which is never the case for hidden Sims. Even more odd is that this nervous is also related to Ophelia in the family tree as her cousin, but since they've never met, SimPE will categorize them as unrelated. Now, I don't know if anyone remembers this video, but I remember watching it. It's a video named The Sims 2 PC Gameplay Friday the 13th, and it featured Hidden Nervous. It's noted that in this video, Hidden Nervous has a teen male voice and not an adult male one. At the end of the video, Hidden Nervous is crushed by a satellite as he watches the sky and ultimately dies. After that, Grim is seen flipping through his checklist and shaking his head as he reaps the soul of his supposed son. This is the most probable cause for there being 2 Nervouses, the original Nervous having already died. Some theories for the story go along the lines of Nervous dying due to an experiment, or even the satellite death followed by the Beakers cloning him or resurrecting him with one of their experiments. I think that both poor Nervouses have lived miserable lives. Do I think that it's creepy that there are 2 nervous subjects who look nearly identical? Yeah. Kinda. Do I think that the playable Nervous is a fake? No, actually, I think he's supposed to be the cloned version of the original. I actually feel for both of them, and when I start messing around in SimPE, I would love to make a video on getting the hidden nervous subject and some other hidden Sims into my game. Of course, doing this causes corruption, but that's exactly what this series is about. If you'd like to watch the full Friday the 13th video that features Hidden Nervous, the link is in the description along with all my other sources. If you're interested in more Sims 2 corruption related content, please subscribe for more. Check out my corruption series playlist on my channel and join the Discord because we talk about a lot of stuff regarding corruption and overall Sims content. That's all for the hidden nervous subject. I'll see you guys on Monday with the next part, and until then, have a great weekend.